justice 4 years ago for the passing of his two best friends, YNW Sackchaser and YNW Juvie. YNW Melly was arrested alongside his other best friend, YNW Bortland, who was quickly released on bond after severe evidence was found against YNW Melly. YNW Melly's been sitting inside of jail for the last 4 years, and it's been far from easy, with YNW Melly's lawyers continuing to try everything possible for him to be released from jail. They finally found some ways to possibly do it. YNW Melly's first attempt at getting out of jail was during a court hearing in the beginning of September 2022, where YNW Melly requested to leave jail immediately to treat an abscess in his teeth. This is due to the permanent diamond grill he got in 2020 that he still wears today with only jail toothpaste, and that's pretty much it. It was reported that YNW Melly is unable to properly clean his teeth and allegedly does not have access to a regular toothbrush or even dental floss. Something as simple as a dentist appointment was quickly denied in the courtroom. Then 2 weeks later, fast forward to September 30th, news outlets started reporting YNW Melly is being accused of teaming up with one of his lawyers to plot a prison escape, as the Broward County Jail where YNW Melly is currently locked up did an interview with Complex, where they mentioned in court on April 11th, 2022, the Broward Sheriff's Office received a confidential tip regarding inmates Nicholas Lewis and Jamal Demons, both housed in the same unit at the main jail, planning an escape from jail by having Demons' attorney bring in 2 handcuff keys to aid the escape. Additional information provided by the source was that Lewis had an item that was illegal inside of jail, as well as narcotics that were not prescribed to him. As the statement continues saying, jail authorities searched Lewis's jail cell after the tip, which came from another inmate. They found multiple illegal items and narcotics for which he did not have a prescription. YNW Melly's cell was also searched, but nothing was found except food from the commissary and an excessive amount of jail-issued clothing. Now, this all started when another inmate inside of YNW Melly's cell block informed the county jail that Melly and his inmate friend, Lewis, were up to shady things. Allegedly, this snitch and his cell block were walking by YNW Melly and Lewis while they were eating lunch, and he overheard them speaking on it. He mentioned how they were planning an escape from prison. When YNW Melly would have his next hearing with his lawyers, they would slip him a handcuff key in the courtroom, and then YNW Melly would magically leave the cell block. YNW Melly's mother even reacted to this here.
Okay, so I'm at work and I just seen this crazy story. First of all, this is just another tactic for them to try to literally just tarnish my son's character and everything. They do not want him having attorney visits in person, which will cause for ineffective counsel. So we went to court for that. And they took his phone calls and they have him locked down. They had no evidence whatsoever that his attorneys did anything wrong to prove these accusations, but they knew it would get picked up by the media. So when we get ready to pick a jury, hopefully within the next 2 weeks, it's gonna be, oh, this kid tried to escape. Oh, this kid tried to do all these things. This is all fake because they do not have a case.
If you're a fan of YNW Melly, leave a like on the video. I'm curious how many fans are watching today. Now, in that video, YNW Melly's mom mentions how the feds have no evidence against him, so the prosecutors are doing anything to make him look bad in front of the jury. This makes sense as to on July 6th, new paperwork was released revealing YNW Melly is no longer facing the penalty in his case, as there was reports being released of sloppy paperwork by the feds and court system, resulting in the penalty being dropped. Then also reports of good defenses coming out from YNW Melly's side with his lawyers. As Melly's mother wrote on Instagram, the penalty has officially been removed from YNW Melly's case. Thank you, Jesus. #Free Melly 2022. Now, with the trial beginning soon, we're starting to see the defense side from Melly's side. Just as 100K Track said in an interview with DJ Academics, where he stated this.
He built a real great solid team away from just being innocent because he wouldn't do such a crime. He prepared himself and got a proper, defense. Their job is to handle themselves in trial, not on social media. You guys are taking it that way. If they say they got DNA in a car, I'm just gonna tell you, Melly DNA was found in a car. you're gonna think, yeah, his DNA was found in the car the day of the. Oh, he jumped in a car and his DNA was in the car. He did it. Okay, but you're not gonna put the fact that this was his car for 6-7 months on those documents and dockets and just automatically be like, yo, he's fried. You don't even know what the defense is. You don't even know what the rebuttal is. You don't even know why that situation occurred. You hear ballistics flying. You don't know what the defense is. You hear this, you hear that. You get what I'm saying?
I'm gonna be honest.
If YNW Melly's defense team done as good as a job as sources claim, YNW Melly should be released from jail in 2023. Now, the life of Melly inside of jail has been very concerning leading up to this point, but this could also get him released as well. What I'm about to share is very serious. If you're a Melly fan, I encourage you to follow along, as this is something you need to know. YNW Melly's Instagram page released 2 new photos. The first photo of Melly's mugshot alongside a caption stating, "As of this moment today, I am officially in fear for my life. A new captain named Hubert and Exo Jenkins have taken over the jail for 2 weeks and have handed out even harsher punishments for me than the previous ones. Since December 1st, I have been moved and housed on a unit that holds 24 inmates at once. I am the only inmate being housed on the vacant unit, with no phone privilege, no television, and no access to even a newspaper. They are watching my every single move on a camera, making sure I do not use a phone to tell the world how I'm being mistreated, discriminated, and messed with physically and harassed. When I come out of my cell for the 1 hour per day, all other inmates in the adjoining dorms must go back in their jail cells. I am being subjected to cruel and unusual treatment at the hands of deputies and high-ranking staff of the Broward Sheriff's Office. I have been threatened by deputies, lieutenants, and sergeants that say they will, quote, hide me from the world and threaten to mess with me every day if I tell my lawyers they will lie and say I did it to them first. Those are words from Sergeant Anthony Kidd and Lieutenant Gene. I have literally been hidden from the world, so I have no other choice but to believe the next step is them affecting me to no return, and to other inmates almost daily here at the main jail in the Broward County. Now, this even led into a second message from YNW Melly inside of jail, and it only gets worse. As the second message states, I can't call my family or lawyers to notify them if I've been messed with or dealt with. They say my phone privileges are taken permanently because of all of the infractions over the last 7 months. That is a lie. They took my phone privileges indefinitely off my one violation for using another inmate's PIN to talk on the phone when I'm not allowed to use the phone. If I have been treated like every other inmate at the facility, my phone PIN would have been restored and phone privileges given back after 30 days per the handbook. I have, however, went without phone privileges since May 8th, 2022, and have not been given back my phone PIN since the first year I was here. I have served all of my disciplinary time, so why are my phone privileges still taken? Why am I the only inmate on a unit by themselves, blocked from any human interaction? There are inmates here that have been convicted or orchestrating crimes over the jail phone and who have planned a prison escape from jail that was carried over the same jail phone. But they are still allowed to use the phone after committing serious crimes and security threats to the facility. But my phone privileges have been taken indefinitely for violating a harmless phone policy that carries a punishment for only 30 days max. I am housed and surrounded in the care of power-struck deputies and captains of high authorities that have even told me to my face they don't like me. I am not safe in the hands of these people, especially if the highest in command in the jail does not like me. Someone please help me get moved to another county jail until my trial, please. Now, this is a very serious message from YNW Melly and his lawyers. Melly is